What is good, y'all? Mikey T, the movie star here, and we have a lot to cover today. We got some major topics to cover today, y'all. So you know what to do right when you get in here. Hit that like button, drop a comment on this video. Let me know what city and state you're from. And of course, if you want to follow back on Instagram or social media, make sure you follow me right here on YouTube or follow me on Instagram, Mikey T _ the movie star. So we got quite a bit to talk about today because 50 Cent is all over the news. You know, there's an interview out there with Bill Courtney, police officer that was actually involved with this case, that knows a lot about his beefs with Irv Gotti and Ja Rule, but also some of his deeper beefs. Some of his deeper beefs with the likes of World, Lil Kim's ex-boyfriend, his beefs with Supreme McGriff, how 50 Cent never took police protection. He went out and went into hiding on his own. And that kind of goes into the story about how we found people like Bangum Smurf, people like Ja, the real gangsters behind G Unit. How Bangum Smurf went to 109 and grabbed ice and brought the real ones around 50 Cent. 50 didn't need to end his career by talking to law enforcement, giving them information, letting him know about the time that he got hit 9 times. He didn't divulge none of that information to the feds. And furthermore, when Supreme McGriff finally went on the stand, finally went up for all these charges and all the rumors hit, I think it was 2007. I might be off on the date. I know it was after 50's fame because the whole internet started buzzing that 50 Cent was going to take the stand against Supreme McGriff. But I've always held the same reaction to that. I've always held the same belief that 50 Cent wouldn't need to take the stand against Supreme McGriff with all the evidence and all the information that they actually had against him already. Similar to Troy Ave and Taxstone. I feel like 50 probably had a lawyer at that point who was probably like, yo, you don't need to do nothing about this. You don't need to jump on the stand. You don't need to risk your credibility. We've heard Tony Yayo say before he had been subpoenaed by the feds. He'd been approached by homicide detectives, all looking for him to give statements. So if 50's best friend or closest ally, Tony Yayo, wouldn't have to go to court, why would the man himself have to go to court? 50 Cent is no T.I. 50 Cent is not like that dude from Miami who got robbed, Briscoe, and then ended up taking the stand. 50 Cent is far too credible to ever take the stand. He would not have the luxuries that he enjoys today. When I say the luxuries, he would not have the ability to actually create shows like BMF. He would not have the ability for us as fans to even believe that he could put something out like Power. The credibility that he holds in the industry would be completely diminished if 50 would have ever got an order of protection against Murder Inc. If 50 ever tried to get Black Child locked up for what he did at the studio that day. 50 Cent is too much of a real one, and he's seen it. He's seen it in his own hood play out in front of his face. He's seen people in Southside Jamaica, Queens get arrested, talk to them people, and then their careers completely gone. This is the same guy who got an opportunity with Eminem and Dr. Dre. He only got that opportunity because he would not compromise himself. I've done interviews with several people. I've done interviews with Bimmy, you know, Supreme Team Bimmy Anthony. I've done interviews with Bangum Smurf. I've done interviews with people that are affiliated with G Unit like Kid, 40 Glock. I've done interviews with Red Spider. I've done multiple interviews, and people have only had good things to say about 50. Now, Smurf, his story changes up. He's got a police escort. He doesn't got a police escort. Well, now we're hearing it firsthand from a lot of people out there. I just did an interview with my guy, B.O.B., Bobby Garcia, who basically explained 50 Cent having 5 or 6 cops around him. That's what you would naturally do on tour. Bangum Smurf had said 50 Cent ran down on him in Queens with a bunch of cops. I got that exclusive coming for y'all soon. Remember Bangum Smurf said that 50 came to his video shoot for Yo Lose? I got the whole story about that dropping soon, you guys. And we're going to clarify what happened that day. We're going to give y'all a little bit of clarity as to why 50 might have had security guards around him or police, ununiformed officers, whatever it was. I'm going to give y'all some clarity on that this week. But we got a lot more of it in my interview with Bimmy. I don't know if y'all checked that out. If you didn't, go hit the link right now in the description of this video. I asked Bimmy about the song Ghetto Quran that he was mentioned on, that Chaz was mentioned on, that Supreme McGriff was mentioned on. I asked him about this song that was released prior to 2000. I asked Bimmy, 50 Cent mentioning your name, did that make you flinch? Did that make you feel like the police were coming for you? And what did Bimmy say to me? He said no. He said he treated that like a shout out. Bimmy clarified that. That was one of the right-hand man to Supreme McGriff. And he clarified that for me in an interview. Somebody that people would think was an op of 50 is not an op of 50. You know what I'm saying? So take a look at that interview if you guys want to get a little bit more of a backstory as far as how members of the own Supreme team felt about the Ghetto Quran song actually releasing. So the news broke. 50 Cent never needed an order of protection. I mean, I don't think anybody even believed it after Ja Rule released The Last Temptation and he was running around with the order of protection. I don't think anybody even believed it back in those days. But let's move on from there. Let me get into this Fat Joe and Remy Ma song. Remy Ma actually, she is something else. Remy Ma has her own battle league going, Chrome 23. Remy Ma came out of jail. We didn't necessarily get the albums that we would have liked to from her. You know, it started off real hot with the Plata Plomos album, which was more targeted and released through the single All the Way Up. So when that happened, I was like, wow, Remy Ma is going places. She's swinging for the fences. Her and Joe are back at it. The album came out and only sold like 11,000 copies. Y'all, the music game has changed. It's not about physical releases as much as it is about streaming. And we all know that All the Way Up streamed everywhere, millions of times. Streamed at games. It streamed in the nightclubs. It's a song that was all over the radio. So Fat Joe and Remy Ma actually put out a hit. But we never really got the solo Remy Ma album that we wanted after that. We never got a follow-up. We didn't see Remy Ma take the same route as artists like Boosie and Gucci Mane have done, releasing several albums after their incarceration. Remy put together a battle league, and that battle league is starting to get quite a bit of traction. They've been putting on some of the best battles, some of the most notable battles in the last few years. I got a lot of respect for what Remy's doing. Even though, you know, we saw Remy get called out by Geechee Gotti in his battle against Easy the Block Captain. We've seen Remy get called out by Charlie Clips. Remy's keeping it very professional. She's trying to keep it on a smack level. She wants Chrome 23 to be where the URL went. And I got to say, Remy's doing it right. She's doing it right, but I want to see her put together the battle that everybody's talking about right now. Remy, you got to do this battle that everybody's talking about. You got the whole world buzzing. Easy the Block Captain and Cassidy. So if you're not going to be having that battle, Remy, I'm sorry to say it, but I think another league might put that battle on. I talked to T-Top. T-Top told me about his interest in doing that battle. I mean, I got to say, Smack might do it. Maybe RBE will come back with it. You know, they've done a lot of the celebrity battles in the past. I'm here for it, man. Cassidy set the world on fire with that Easy Come, Easy Go record. And Easy the Block Captain has had one of the, he's been on a streak. You know what I mean? He's been on a streak of battles to the point where I think he's got his credibility up to stand against Cassidy. Now, Sue Surf and Easy the Block Captain were supposed to have a battle before his incarceration. I think that would have put Easy up on a whole nother level. But like I said, Easy's been having a string of battles where he's been getting that spot. He's getting to that spot regardless. We all have setbacks in life. It's all about how you come back from them. Easy the Block Captain has had a string of battles, whether you look at them successfully or their losses. He's stepped up. He stepped up almost to the A list of battlers, coming from the C and the D list. You don't necessarily always see a battle rapper rise with that ease. You know what I mean? Look at guys, they're still trying to do their thing. I'm not even going to mention them. But there's a few out there. There's too many to mention. Hit it in the chat right now. The artists that you think are rising from the ranks of the C and the D list up to the A list, the B list. Seeing a lot of guys out there. Salute my dude Tex Sago, who actually is a part of the trenches. I see him rising dramatically right now. His rise is going just so quick. I look forward to every battle that he does, man. Salute to Tex Sago. I appreciate that interview. I know I wasn't going to say names, but I mean, I got to shout him out. You know what I mean? There's a couple battle rappers that I'd be watching all the time. K Walker's another one. You know, Hollow the Don. I'm glad to see him on the trenches card as well. That's my guy right there. Salute to Angry Fan. Salute my guy Angry Fan. He always be having me on his YouTube streams as well, man. We be going back and forth, and it's hilarious. But I really want to talk about Remy making her return to music right now. Remy and Fat Joe out of nowhere come up with this single called Out of Control. Out of Control, not really feeling the title. And a lot of you who might listen to this song, maybe you're not feeling it on the first listen. But go back, listen again, because Fat Joe and Remy are giving us something that we can repeat here. It's something that we can rewatch. You know what I'm saying? It's something that it can grow on us. I got a feeling this song might start to catch just with some of the lyrics that Fat Joe is using on it and the cadence that he's using, the way that he's rapping it. It makes it easy to repeat. And that's what you look for in a hit song. Now, Remy's just swinging for the fences on this one, you guy. Remy is swinging on the fences with this one because she actually mentioned some situations that she never talked about. Remy brings up the situation where she actually pulled out on her friend from her purse and actually shot her friend. It's pretty crazy. We all heard about it. The story that eventually got Remy 8 years. The story that got Remy incarcerated for 8 years, y'all. We heard about it. Oh, I heard Remy's friend was managing her and she started stealing money. Couple $1,000s. Remy caught her. We all heard that story. And it was like, are you serious? Remy Ma's going to do something like that over 5, 6, I think it was $8,000 I heard at one point. Why would Remy Ma do that? Why would Remy Ma put herself in a position to lose her career? That's what I had to ask myself back then. It's like, that is so ridiculous, especially a woman who had such a career in front of her. She had Lean Back Out. She had Conceited Out. She had There's Something About Remy. I believe she was moving into the BX Files, which is not what I wanted from her. That's not the second album that I actually wanted from Remy Ma, but it is what it is. You know, they put out the little street album after There's Something About Remy. It was cool. I expected a lot more, but I don't think Remy moved the amount of units that they really wanted her to move. Plus, she had that fallout with Fat Joe. I don't really know what that was about. A lot of people always looked at Fat Joe like he was keeping some money from them or something like that. Fat Joe is the one who gave Remy Ma an opportunity. I mean, Big Pun, obviously. He's the one who first put her on. But Fat Joe made sure that she was the one to transition to a solo career after Lean Back. You know, Remy took the scene as one of the most important women in the whole music industry. She came out of jail and people were waiting for her for, what was it, 6 years and 7 summers and 8 winters, or, you know, we were waiting for her for that long. And Remy came out. Remy dissed the hell out of Nicki Minaj, a diss song that people still remember. And now I got a feeling these lyrics on Out of Control are going to be lyrics that people will remember. This record right here has a real opportunity to become a hit record. Remy said on the first lyrics, she said, they said I shot a friend over a band. And imagine what I do to a bitch that I can't stand. So if Remy shot her friend over a band, imagine what she would do to somebody that she can't stand. She actually did that to somebody who had been running with her for years, months, whatever the case may be. And then she shot her in such a close vicinity. These two are in a car. I'm talking about either the front seat or the back seat of a car. And Remy just hauls off and shoots her like that. Remy is addressing this on record. And honestly, I think it's coming a little bit late. You know what I mean? It's coming a little bit late because Remy's been released for several years now. They said I shot a friend over a band. And imagine what I do to a bitch that I can't stand. She said, right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. My life is like a movie. Your life is a Tubi. Do I look like I got left off of Bad and Bougie? I mean, back in the day when Remy left Fat Joe and Terror Squad, she probably was feeling like she got left off of Bad and Bougie. And rightfully so. Honestly, rightfully so, you guys. She wasn't getting the immediate push that she deserved. There's something about Mary should have been a much bigger album. Remy Ma felt that way, rightfully so. She felt like she was playing the background. She felt like Tony Yayo to 50 Cent. When you're presenting an artist to the world, you should not feel like that. When an artist is being presented to the world, they should be the focal point of the presentation. It should not be about Diddy dancing on the side, Diddy doing the ad-libs. It should not be about that. When you're presenting an artist, you got to totally step out of the equation. Unless you're going to 50 Cent it and do the hooks, like he did for Lloyd Banks, a little bit on Fire, right? Tony Yayo, So Seductive. The Game, How We Do and Hate It or Love It. Or even Young Buck with that quick intro on Let Me In, just to let the world know that he co-signs it. But like I said before, man, Young Buck's first album was supposed to flop. Young Buck's album, Straight Outta Cashville, was positioned to flop. Released 2 months after Lloyd Banks' Hunger for More. Only thing was it didn't flop. That's right, you guys. It didn't flop. Buck had a hit single with Shorty Wanna Ride. Let Me In was never really supposed to work. But y'all can let me know how you feel about that in the comments. I don't think any other blogger has ever really said that, but I keep it real with y'all. I keep it real. Young Buck was positioned to flop. That's why he didn't have the major 50 Cent hook. Only thing is, people loved Young Buck like he was the best member of G Unit. The only thing was, Young Buck stepped in and fully took over for Tony Yayo, and nobody even missed Tony Yayo. Although I love Yayo on the G Unit mixtapes. It would be hard to put Yayo. Somebody's got to do that. Yayo on the mixtapes versus Buck on Beg for Mercy. So let me see here. She said, heard she made him block me on the gram. Go figure. He said, I got the Cuban on Cuban, my Glorilla. Ever since crack put her on, she a dope dealer. And I'm toxic, but I cook good and I look good and I got good box, bitch. Yeah, I won't lie. Remy Ma's fine. Remy Ma's fine as hell. But you know, I'll keep it real with y'all. Remy Ma and Papoose, that was like the golden couple. That was like the version of Jay and Beyonce that you could see in the streets, that you could go out to a show and see and have respect for. So Remy Ma was technically off limits. You always respect a relationship like that. You know what I mean? You always respect a relationship like that. And that's why the whole internet is going off on Easy the Block Captain right now. The whole world every single person that he battles brings up all the angles of Remy Ma to try and penetrate his armor. No Diddy. They try to break him by bringing up Remy Ma. They try to even break Remy Ma on the stage, but Remy Ma has shown that she lets that fall right off her shoulder. Get it right off of her shoulder. Remy Ma doesn't care about the little jabs you're going to take at her. What Remy Ma cares about is having a successful career. She cares about putting Chrome 23 as far as it can be. And it's not going to happen if she starts taking offense to things that are said on the stage and starts getting out of character. So I got to applaud her, and everybody that I've had on the show has applauded her as a battle rap host, as somebody creating a new league. So yeah, I'm eager to see where Chrome 23 goes. I'm eager to see if Remy puts up that bag. Is it going to be Easy versus Remy? I mean, Easy versus Remy. Is it going to be Remy versus Cassidy or Easy versus Cassidy? Which battle are we going to see? Are we going to see both? I think Remy wants to do $1 million, a million people buying on pay-per-view. So let's put together the best card. Remy versus Cassidy, Cassidy versus Easy, the block captain. Come on, let's do it, man. I'm calling for it right now. And don't do a tag. Don't do a duos battle. Remy and Easy versus Cassidy and K Walker. I don't know about that one. And while we're at it, let's get K Walker versus Easy, the trenches versus the academy. Let's get that battle going, man. What up, Stiz? Salute to you. Much love to the Battle Academy. Top floor loot. Everybody over there, news, OBH News, everybody doing their thing over at the Battle Academy. Salute to y'all as well, because I got a lot of respect for that Philly Battle Rap League. They've done a lot. They're more than just a Philly Battle League. I think they're more nationally known now. Everybody knows about the Battle Academy. And if you don't, go check them out right now. So, yeah, Remy Ma and Fat Joe are back. They're back. And are they going to be dropping a follow-up to Plataplomos? Are they just doing a single release here? I'm not really sure where they're going with it. They're probably going to check the temperature. They probably want to see how this single actually does with the market. I think they got the it factor. I think they got the shock value. You know what I mean? I think they got the lyrics in there too that are easy to comprehend and repeat. So Remy Ma and Fat Joe, when they get together, it's usually a hit. Only thing they don't got is French Montana on the hook here, like he was for All the Way Up. Looks like they're going back to the bare bones of it, just them together. And I look forward to seeing how it takes off. But Remy Ma coming out with those shocking lyrics, it's sure to be on every single blog. Even World Star posted it up. I was like, yo, Remy Ma talking about she shot her friend for a band. And I'm like, I got to go live about this. I got to address this. Also, 50 Cent. Looks like his name has been, all the dirt has been taken off of his name. I mean, we've been seeing several people over the years, like Bangum Smurf has retracted a few of his stories. We've heard enemies of 50 Cent say that he was solid in the streets. And now we're even hearing the police that were involved in the case saying that 50 Cent would never fold, saying that 50 Cent would never talk, even to reveal anything to them, because 50 knew if he spoke to the police, he more than likely would not have a career. 50 knew if he took that stand, that he would never have a career that he has now. Never mind the get rich or die tryings, the massacres, never mind the Curtis and the Before I Stood and the Thoughts of a Predicate Felon and the Hunger for More. Never mind the music career. I'm talking about the career that 50 has right now, to the point where he is looked at as one of the most authentic doing it. When people look at 50, they're like, damn, 50's actually been through this himself. So he's given us a real perspective of what to expect or what we should actually do. If 50 ruined his, if you ruined his character, if you ruined what the public scene of his presentation, then he would just be done for right now. 50, his B-movie career would have been the end of him. He would have never had a chance to skyrocket like he has again, Because let's be real, guys, his movie career wasn't taking off. His movie career was like bottom of the barrel. Even when he lost all the weight, even when he had teamed up with people like Robert De Niro and Forrest Whitaker, it was the wrong plays. It was the wrong play. What we want is the gritty nature of how life really is. We don't want to see 50 Cent acting with Mel Gibson. I mean, shout out to the new horror movie he's got out, Boneyard, right now. But we don't want to see 50 Cent rocking out with the golden age of actors. We want to see 50 presenting to us what we thought he experienced, a visual presentation from him of what the streets are. And he's given us that with BMF. He's given us that with all the Power series that he's putting out there. He even, to a certain extent, gave us that with the Get Rich or Die Trying movie he did, when he tried to show us how people would run around and rob spots, like the introduction scene. Even though that's nothing that we ever heard 50 Cent doing. Hell, I'm sure he probably did do that. Who didn't run around looking for the money spot back in the day? Oh, they got a bunch of money in the safe? I'm going to that spot. Who wouldn't do that? Come on. 50 had to get to the money back then. You know what I'm saying? Not Max B get to the money. You know what I mean? But 50 had to get to the money. And while we're at that, free my brother Max B. Max B's been serving up his time since 2009. It's crazy how long he's been incarcerated, but he's coming home soon, you guys. Official date 2025, but I'm hearing he's coming home sooner than that. And if y'all missed it, go check out my interview, throwback interview with Bimmy. It's up now. If you guys missed it, go check out my interview with Billy Dans from MOP. Go check out my interview with Smart. Go check my interview out with Sean Bigga, formerly of My Expert Opinion. I'm running all over these streets right now with the hottest material. I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up on none of these other bloggers, because I'm the #1 blogger out here. Best interviews, best live reaction, most authentic live reactions. Somebody that's not afraid to stand up for what he believes in, and somebody that's not afraid to apologize when he's wrong. That's what you got right here with Mikey T, the movie star. So everybody watching this video, if you want to follow back on social media, or if you want a subscription back right here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, or make sure you follow me on Instagram, Mikey T _ the movie star. Like I said, everybody that follows is going to be getting followed back. Make sure you drop a comment like, yo, Mikey T, I seen the video about 50 and Remy Ma. Mikey T, I seen one of your interviews. Just let me know where you're coming from, why you're following me, and I got y'all, man. But stay tuned for more content just like this. I'm going to continue to feed the streets and make sure y'all get what you want out there. Make sure I cover all the hottest news, man. And anybody also that wants to ask me questions or present an idea for a topic for me to speak on, drop the comment right in the description. I'll always check it out, give you a response, let you know how I feel about it. But I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy the day. Make sure you subscribe if you're not. Let's go. Run it up. Run